17 years now, I've been putting this suit on this time of year, and it always reminds me of the first time I saw Kyle as a 2.5-pound baby in the NICU. So it's always a positive reminder of how the outcome was a great accomplishment, and it happened to be around Christmas.
Becoming a parent is one of the greatest gifts life has to offer. But sometimes parenthood starts sooner than expected, and the neonatal intensive care unit is a baby's first home.
Here he is. You can kiss him too, Daddy? When you have a baby, it's the best day of your life. But the babies that come here, that best day of their life, it's also intertwined with one of the scariest and can even be the worst day of their life. So we see elation and joy and happiness, but we also see just people being terrified of how sick their babies are and what the outcomes will be in the long run.
21 years ago, this father experienced these emotions firsthand.
All right, looks good. When you find out you're expecting a baby, you're obviously very happy.
But joy turned to panic when baby Kyle was born 3 months early. He came into the world weighing 2 pounds, 9 ounces. He spent 98 days in the NICU at Ascension St. Joseph Hospital in Milwaukee.
It was a shock and an absolute chaotic event throughout the entire ordeal. I was overcome with anxiety and the fear of the unknown. What's going to happen to my baby?
But in the midst of pain, one act of kindness made all the difference for Greg and his family.
A few days before Christmas that year, a man came in dressed as Santa Claus and took pictures with all the babies. So for a few minutes, it helped to bring some hope and some joy and brought a smile to our face that we have a picture of Kyle with Santa Claus on his first Christmas.
Kyle graduated from the NICU, but that moment was never forgotten. When that Santa retired, Greg took over and has been bringing joy to the same NICU for 17 years.
So what's the little one's name?
William.
William. Merry Christmas, William. So even though I'm dressed as Santa Claus and I'm there to spread holiday cheer, I can legitimately tell parents that I was right where they were on or about this day.
But Greg doesn't spread joy alone. Kyle joins his dad every year for the family tradition.
We'll pack around 20 to 30 stuffed animals. All of them have my story attached to them from when I was in the NICU. For the parents, I like to think that I am an example of health and hope that they can see their child who's in the NICU grow up to be.
The two have never missed a year, even when the family moved from Wisconsin to Oregon.
We lived 2,000 miles away and 2 time zones away. We never forgot the importance of the Santa Claus visit to the NICU. We don't know these parents, but we've walked in their shoes and we know exactly what they're experiencing. And despite the volatility of that environment, we hope they have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Who I found
Merry
in the
Christmas,
hallway.
Santa.
Things like today are awesome because it just makes you kind of feel more at home, and that is, I think, the hardest part of being in the NICU is that you're not at home, and have him meet Santa for the first time really kind of just normalizes the experience for us and makes us feel more connected as parents instead of just we had a baby and now he's in the hospital for a long period of time.
Your keys? You love your keys. Baby.
Last Christmas, Ron and Amanda Seri were in the NICU for 119 days with their daughter, Lillian.
I think the biggest part was just fear of the unknown. You want to make everything right and make her feel comfortable and know that everything's going to be okay, but nothing's guaranteed.
Santa and Kyle brought them some much-needed joy.
Thinking that your child's not going to be home with you on Christmas was a really hard thing to deal with, and having Santa come in and get those pictures with him for Lillian's first Christmas was really special. I want Greg to know how much it means to the parents for what he does, because it did give us a lot of hope.
Most of us with new kiddos take them to see Santa. It's a passage of childhood, and it's something you keep forever in memory books and baby books, and it's things you want to share on social media. And so Greg gives that back to our families so they can feel normal with their new baby.
This experience has been great for not only me, but for Kyle and for our family.
When I see him go into the NICU dressed as Santa Claus, as silly as it may look, being able to take photos and talk to these parents who are in this exact situation, it shows a lot of what my dad really does, how he can just relate with the struggles that these parents are going through. It makes me very proud.
Ho, ho, ho!